Welcome to The Business Coach, a show in which you're out to help entrepreneurs better their businesses. My name is Ian Dennis, and tonight on the show I'm starting off with a 21 karat gold and crystal tanzanite, because tonight on the show we're going to be exploring the jewelry business. On the first half of the show I'm going to be meeting up with a lady named Rachel. I want to find out how her journey has been in the jewelry business and what are some of the challenges she's been facing in her day-to-day business. And after the break I'll be linking her up to Gabriel Modest, one of the top jewelers in East Africa, to give her advice on how exactly to go about the business. So welcome to the show. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And today it's all about jewelry.
Yes.
The bright and shiny,
yes.
bling bling.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you're having a conversation, you told me that you started this business with virtually nothing.
Yes.
Take me through the story. How exactly was it?
All right, so I was still in campus at that time. Actually, we were in the same class, and all I had was 500 shillings. So I was like, you know what? I have a friend who's been doing this for such a long time. Her name is also Sarah. So I just went and bought like things worth 500 shillings. So, and then I started sending pictures to my friends, and then that's how they started buying. And then I was like, you know what? I can make this into a serious business. Yeah, so it's 500, and then it multiplied and multiplied. So my whole business is all about multiplication, actually.
Ah, so you started with virtually nothing. Take me now through the process of now growing this particular business. How exactly was it now scaling it up? From now a 500 shilling business, how exactly now did you grow to where you are right now?
Okay, so business needs a lot of patience. Let me tell you, it's crazy how much patience you need, because sometimes you're making losses, sometimes you just sit down and then you're like, can I just go back to the working 8 to 5? So
it's now how many years in the
business?
It's
been 5 years actually.
5 years?
Yes.
That's literally a presidential term.
Right? So I just turned 5 in September, and it's taken so much patience. It's taken times where I feel like I'm going to quit, but you know what, you wake up tomorrow and then you're like, let me try this one more time. And then it's been one more time until now, like 5 years later. So all you need to learn is discipline, because it needs so much discipline. Like, you need to know this money is business money, and you can do other things with it.
So separating
yes,
the business from the self.
You know, and you have to know that you need patience. You need to know, like, it will take time. And as much as everybody looks like they're having it easy on the internet, it's not always as it looks. And you can be in 5 years and then you're just like, okay, should I still go back to school and then go back to work? So you need a lot of patience, you need a lot of discipline to just get there.
And the interesting thing when you're speaking about the internet is that your business, you've solely, literally revolved it around the internet.
Yes.
Everything you're doing, it is literally online.
Yes.
You've refused to set up shop. Why exactly is that? 5 years into the business, you've refused to set up shop. Why?
Yeah, because when I was starting it, I said, you know what, I want to give people a really good shopping experience. I want them to get to know like online business works, because it was at a time when online business was a new thing, and everybody was, you know, people were stealing. Like, you pay for something and then it's not delivered, or something that's delivered is not what you paid for. So my whole agenda of the business was, you know what, let me give people amazing delivery, amazing customer service, and I get to do it all this. And so I decided, you know, let me build on an online platform. So no matter what, even though when I'll get my shop, I already have like an entire amazing customer base. So I will get the shop with it eventually, but I decided to build on a customer base first. So when I get the shop, it's just to propel what I've already had foundation on.
Interesting. Your core business is jewelry, but I can also see that you have other products, sunglasses, I can see bags and all that.
Yeah.
How exactly is that? What informed that?
So when I started, I was just doing earrings and necklaces, and then over time, customers come and tell you something like, you know what, you can get us sunglasses, you know what, you can bring bags. So over time, my business is revolving as my customers revolve with me. Yeah, so it's all changing based on what customers want. So I'm trying to give
also, everything's based on what customers want.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not your preference?
No, not really, no. So the whole time, people are like, you know what, you can do this, you can do this. As much as I'd like it to be like this, because sometimes actually, you notice you can be selling stuff, the people are not buying. You get like you.
Have you experimented before?
Yes, I have. I have.
What exactly did you try and never moved it?
Beads. I tried selling bead stuff, and people really didn't like them, and it was a whole month down the line, and then I noticed, you know what, beads doesn't work for me. So that's when I was like, okay. So I started asking people. Even when you go through my page, I ask people a lot, what would you like to see, what would you like me to bring? And most of the time when one customer wants something, most of the time you'll have like 5 customers who've been looking for the same thing. Yeah, so that was the whole idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And looking at all the jewelry, is it gold, silver?
Yeah.
What exactly is it? And everything nice?
So mainly, like you see, like those earrings are recycled material. So sometimes you do recycled materials, but it's
so you
mainly
recycle it
coated.
yourself or you import?
No, I import. So what usually happens, I have suppliers, like mainly Dubai, because it's the best. Like they have like the best things. So when you're bringing them, you can tell them, okay, you know what? Show me what you have on gold, because I try and mix them up. So I do a lot of gold plated stuff and nickel free, because I know so many Kenyans are allergic to nickel. So so when they show you, you know what you're bringing, like a lot of coated stuff and nickel free stuff. So that makes sure there's no reaction on people and it lasts very long. Yeah, so that's the whole idea.
And take me through now, how do you price your product? How do you go about now choosing that this particular product, I'm going to price it in this particular way? What exactly informs that particular decision? Okay,
so most of the time is the cost. It's the base of all information. So I have to put a markup on the cost. So the markup, it's based on me. But most of the time, like I have a range for necklaces. My necklaces cannot go beyond a certain amount, and my earrings cannot go beyond a certain amount. So most of the time, it's the cost of the product. And also, sometimes I look at, you know what, the market price of the product. Like I'm like, someone else is selling it at this price, I can't go beyond that, it won't be fair. Or I can't do below that, it won't still be fair to the other competitors.
And being in business for the period you have been, which marketing strategies have worked for you?
So mainly pop-up markets. Oh, pop-up markets work.
So pop-up markets, tell me more, what exactly is a pop-up
So
market?
a pop-up market is, it's like a flea market. So what usually happens is, like we have one at K1 every Sunday. So you just come, you set up and sell to people. So people come and actually view your stuff, yeah? So over the last, I think I've done them for 3 years, I think. So when I actually noticed that the more I do them, the more customers I get, and the more I get to interact with people. You know, it's different when you're talking to someone physically, and it's another thing when it's online, you know. So when you get to reach people, and then they're like, okay, you know what, we like your spirit, we like how you do business, and then they keep coming back, and then they keep bringing people. So for me, pop-up markets work. So it can be happening like once a week, or some happen once a month and everything. So we are trying to scale more pop-up markets. So that's my biggest platform. But also my Instagram really works for me. So I have such an amazing following, and I have such an amazing group of people that follow me. So the more I post, the more they buy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And speaking about Instagram, I saw you checking you out before the interview, and I've seen you've grown to tens of thousands.
Yes.
How exactly did you manage to grow your Instagram page? Because I know that's one of the biggest, what's it called, dilemma for most entrepreneurs. Set up what's it called, a social media handle.
Yeah.
But the challenge is that I only have 2 friends liking me. How have you managed to grow yours to the level that you are?
Okay, number one, patience, let me tell you. And I know a lot of people are now buying followers because it's a thing.
You didn't buy yours?
I didn't buy mine actually.
What strategies did you use to grow?
So like the first one, I got people, like when customers, I get them to follow my page. You know, like I'm like, okay, listen, a lot of things I post online, so I'd like you guys to follow me. So
that's through the flea market?
Yeah, through the flea markets, especially like the pop-up market, yes. So, and then number 2, I can try and advertise a lot. Like there's a way you can advertise. It's an online thing, so you can just pay for it and direct your customer, like direct the crowd that you need to follow you.
Having been in business for around a presidential term, literally 5 years, what are some of the challenges you've been experiencing in this particular business?
The first one is getting customers to trust you. You know, when it's online is a different thing, especially when you have a group of people who have been conned before, because it's a whole different experience when you're
Because they're
conned
literally
online.
shopping. Oh yeah, they're literally shopping online.
Exactly. So as much as I tell people, listen, you can come, we meet on Sunday, I do this pop-up, it's a whole different experience. So sometimes guys are like, no, I have been conned before. So by the time you get people to trust you, and that's why I do a lot of customer appreciation, to show people, listen, I've done this on this person. You can even ask them, like, I have done this on this person. You can get to talk to them and ask them and see if I'm real or I am lying. Like, so getting people to trust you, it's a whole different situation. And then two, it's just that base of wondering, should I get a shop now? Is it the right time? Or should I wait a little bit longer? Because here's the thing, you can have a shop and you're only making losses. It's not like so many shops.
So it's a big dilemma, yeah.
It's a really big dilemma, because you're like, okay, online, I can work around it. If I get a shop and then it doesn't work for me, I'll have to go back. And I mean, it's time to move forward, And another challenge I've really experienced is getting the right staff. It has taken me such a long time. I'm getting there, I'm getting the right people, but you need people who are more like you.
How many do you have so far?
I have 4. Yes. You need people who are more like you, and not only people who can sell, and that's a totally different situation.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And the final question I always like, before I close up the show, what would you like to take Rachel fashion sense?
In the next, what I'm looking at, 2020 to 2022, I'm looking into Africa. Next year, God willing, we're going to do Joburg. I'm not only considering Kenya. Kenya is amazing. I'm doing markets, like we were in Narok last week, we'll be in Nanyuki soon, we'll be in Eldoret, we'll be in Mombasa. Yes, but now Africa is my main goal. And after 2022, Europe. Yeah, we want to take actually Africa to Europe.
So I literally want to go global.
You want to go global.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So after the break, I'm going to be linking up Rachel to Gabriel Modest, who's one of the top jewelers, not only in Kenya, but East Africa, to give her advice on how exactly to go about the jewelry business. So keep it right here on The Business Coach, where we help entrepreneurs better their business.